spend time with because I grew up around a lot of boys.
Hard. This morning, I was remembering a time in primary school when Miss Simmons had all of the girls parade up on the assembly stage, and she took a tape measure and she measured the height of their skirt. And then the ones that didn't have long enough skirts then had to dress it somehow. But I had most of my primary and high school here. I think my favorite times were the weeks leading up to graduation, to speech day, and they put on a big performance. Mrs. McAdam was my science teacher for 4 out of 5 years, and she was marvelous. It led me into a career in biology. It made a big difference in my life.
We used to spend a lot of time out on the front lawn where the oval is now. There used to be lots of trees and that there. The oval used to be over where Clifford Gardens is now.
Well, I just remember the last 2 years where there was the grade 11 and 12s were in this sort of back cabin, which was really fun, and we would play and we would throw each other in the Agatha Panthers and the Aggies. And one time, I can't remember what year this was, I rode my pony to school for the day and I tied it up back there. They asked me not to do that because they said it caused too much of a distraction.
We had a lot of things. Athletics, swimming, I really liked volleyball, there was softball, hockey. You know, there was plenty of things that we could do.
And I was really terrible at all sports. I was very uncoordinated. But we had a star in our class. We had Carrie Jackson. Whenever we would go to a big all-school sports day, she would be way out in front. But she had this one competitor, I think from Mount Lofty, called Glennie somebody, and they would be neck and neck, and they would be way out in front of everybody on all the hurdles and running races and everything. But anyway, she turned out to be an Olympic athlete. So Carrie Jackson was probably Olympic athlete quality. She was in our midst in our class.
Well, I was in Weber, so I'd have to say Weber.
But except they said Tufnell had won all the sporting events, so maybe that was Tufnell. I was in Hale. We almost always came last or close to it.
I went to art college and then I've been married and working in aged care. Had 2 daughters and got a nice life.
Well, I went on to do a degree in veterinary science at University of Queensland. And then I went to Alaska and I did a PhD in wildlife biology. And I was in academia for a while. Now I fundraise for bear conservation. I've loved my life, you know, post school.
Being a boarder, we certainly had lots of good times together and got up to plenty of mischief, and was actually sneaking up that lovely staircase past the headmistress's accommodation there, and without being caught. It was about the most thrilling thing we ever got to do.
Well, on the hot days and summer times, we would have really fantastic all-school water fights with, I don't know how we did, you know, trash can lids full of water and whatever we could muster, and hoses. Those are really fun.